The Iron Banner is in full swing and we have got some patch notes to talk about. What's going on, Guardians? My name is the Blacklink. I'm back at you on another Thursday, the first Thursday of the month of July, if you can believe that we're already in the month of July. But seeing that it is a Thursday, we've got another issue of the Bungie Weekly Blog, This Week at Bungie, for the week of July 2nd, 2020. Earlier this week, Iron Banner came back. It's the first Iron Banner of the season, and I've got to say, I'm enjoying this one this time around. I've had a lot of fun playing Iron Banner. I've had a lot of fun playing Crucible in general. I would actually go as far as to say this has probably been my favorite Iron Banner to play, perhaps in the entire history of Destiny 2. It really hasn't been my favorite game mode in quite some time, but I've certainly enjoyed my time thus far, working on getting my Titan and my Hunter through their quests and all that kind of stuff, getting the Pinnacle drops and all that stuff done. And I'm definitely enjoying that double Valor bonus. Of course, with this Iron Banner, we had a couple of reprised weapons come back, the Forward Path Legendary Auto Rifle, as well as the Fool's Remedy Energy Sidearm. Both of those weapons are pretty darn good, and they came back with access to two new perks, Iron Gaze and Iron Grip, both of which are pretty powerful, but with some pretty heavy drawbacks. They're really interesting. If you'd like more information about that, we of course have covered that kind of stuff here on the channel. Make sure you go check those videos out. But last week, when we covered that week's TWAB, I asked you Guardians a question. I asked you how you felt now that we were a month into Season of Arrivals, how you felt about the change in matchmaking. And boy, you guys had some opinions on it. Well, I'd actually like to continue that conversation in this week's video, because of course this is the first Iron Banner with those matchmaking changes in effect. So you guys let me know how you felt about some of the skill-based matchmaking changes. You know, it's been removed and mostly replaced with connection-based matchmaking now. How has that affected your Iron Banner experience? What has it been like for you playing this over the course of the week? Looking forward to hearing about that. And one bit of information that I did want to take a little bit of time to talk about was Crucible itself. I said I've been spending the majority of my time playing Destiny now in the Crucible, just playing games back to back because I'm having so much fun. And I did want to take note that it seems like a lot of you guys might be feeling the same. You can head over to websites like Destiny Trackers that track the number of active players and activities being completed. And for the first time in a long time, the number of Crucible players engaging in that activity almost matched the number of people playing in PvE activities. So you can see at least at the time of this recording, a day before this recording, the number of PvE players tracked was about 956.3 thousand players, while the Crucible had 942.8 thousand players. I haven't seen numbers that high for the Crucible in forever. I don't know if we've ever had Crucible numbers that high here in the world of Destiny 2. And of course, a lot of that is going to be driven by Iron Banner, but even in Iron Banner's past, I don't think we've even come close to those numbers. So at least for me, it's certainly exciting to see a lot more players jumping into the Crucible now. I hope they're having as much fun as I am. But anyways, I've jawed on long enough about Iron Banner. We've got other things to talk about, like sub-training in the Twitch directory. Now, a few months back, the official Twitch Destiny extension was released, giving players the opportunity to showcase their builds while playing Trials of Osiris every weekend. Since then, Bungie has been slowly building this feature and introduced bounties to earn Trials tokens when reacting to matches. And on Tuesday, they introduced a new bounty which brought quite a bit of buzz to the entire Destiny directory. Gifted Sub Bounties. And to complete this bounty, you'll need to gift 2 subscriptions to any Twitch streamer live streaming Destiny 2 when they have the official Twitch Destiny extension active. The TWAB goes on to say that while this bounty will be available weekly, your first completion will award you 2 exclusive rewards, the Stream of Light emblem and the Watcher's Shade shader, each of which will be available from Amanda Holiday in the Tower. And then we get a great look at both that emblem as well as the shader and what it'll look like on your gear. And I have to say, this is a really cool idea from Bungie. If you're somebody out there who is a Twitch aficionado, you know the game of Twitch, you like to go around and sub to channels and gift subs, this is there for you. These are exclusive rewards you can get for gifting subs on your favorite channels that have the Destiny extension active. And it's certainly had quite an impact on the community. There's been plenty of you Guardians out there watching your favorite streamers, interacting with them, and gifting these subs to complete this bounty so you can get your in-game rewards. Seems like a pretty great way to kind of give back to the people you enjoy watching, and I hope that Bungie comes up with more creative rewards for Twitch viewers just like this sometime in the future. And of course, if you're interested in how all of this is going to work and you maybe have a couple of additional questions, Bungie's got a full FAQ section on the TWAB this week that'll hopefully answer any long-standing questions you might have about how to get involved with this. But for the most part, it's pretty simple. You go to your favorite channel, make sure they have that Twitch extension for Destiny, and you just start gifting subs and you'll receive your rewards at Amanda Holiday. Well, so long as you've got your official Bungie.net account linked to your Twitch accounts that you can gain progress towards bounty completions. Of course, there are links to all of that kind of stuff to get it all set up down in the description box below. Head over to the TWAB and you'll find those links there. But anyways, moving on, that's not the only bit of celebration we've got. Of course, with the brand new month, we've got some brand new events coming our way. And the first is going to be on a very special day, next Tuesday, July 7th, 2020. You know what that day is, right? That's right, it's Bungie Day. And in classic Bungie fashion, they've got some fun stuff planned for the community. But they're not going to be telling us what that is until it goes live next week. So make sure you keep your eyes and ears peeled for new information. Additionally, we've got a Bungie Day fashion show getting ready to start up. So pick out your best dressed Guardian and then you can tweet them at Bungie on Twitter with the hashtag Bungie Day Fashion Show. And they'll retweet the winners on Bungie Day and also grant them the exclusive Levante Prize emblem for their troubles. This contest is live now, so if you've got a best dressed Guardian out there, make sure you get those tweets going. But fashion's not the only thing Bungie is celebrating right now. They're also having a Bungie Day art show. To take part, you can draw your Guardian, your favorite Vanguard, most feared raid boss, or whatever your heart desires that's Destiny themed, and then tweet that at Bungie with the hashtag Bungie Day Art Show. And just like the fashion show, they'll retweet winners on Bungie Day and grant those winners the Aspect of Luminance emblem. So if you're someone of the more artistic variety, that's definitely something you should look into as well. Certainly looks like there's going to be a lot of fun stuff going down on Bungie Day next week, so make sure you're staying tuned. And alright, the last thing we really had to talk about today is another patch note preview, this time for Destiny 2 Update 2.9.1. This time set to bring us a slew of bug fixes. Here's what they've got in store. First up, we've got some fixes for the Contact event. They fixed an issue where the Heavy Hitter's Triumph was not progressing when defeating bosses. They fixed an issue where players could collect and bank 15 motes prior to unlocking the appropriate Prismatic Recaster rank reward. I definitely experienced that once or twice in the first week or so of Season of Arrivals. Next up, we've got changes to Contact weapons. They fixed an issue where the Cold Denial and Falling Guillotine didn't offer 2 perks in the final column when unlocking the Umbral Enhancement 3 gift on the Prismatic Recaster. And in a particularly big bit of sad news, they fixed an issue where Falling Guillotine would continually damage enemies after the heavy attack animation had completed. Oh, that hurts me bad, but I figured that was a glitch and wasn't supposed to be the way the gun was supposed to be working, rather. With this, every now and again when you did the spin to win attack, maybe you'd hit an enemy and take it down to just a sliver of health. If you walked away like a second or two later, the rest of the enemy's health would just disappear and they would die. Seemed like there was kind of an issue with like a lingering hitbox or something like that, and it looks like that's going to be getting addressed next Tuesday. Sad. Next up, we've got changes coming to the Sleeper Catalyst. They fixed an issue where reissued Seraph weapons were not granting progress to Catalyst objectives. After that, we've got changes to Last Wish and Garden of Salvation. They've updated the gear to have Season of Arrivals max infusion caps. Hopefully that's going to be something that continues into the future. I'd hate to see raids invalidated when later content comes out. But for right now, those issues will be fixed next week. After that, we've got changes to weekly Vanguard bounties. They've removed Scorn, Cabal, Vex, and Fallen variations of weekly bounties from the Season of Arrivals pool, making those weekly bounties much less frustrating to get done, so you don't have to go to specific places to hunt down specific enemies. But that's the patch note preview we got this time. Of course, the full patch notes will be published when they make the download available next week on Tuesday, Bungie Day, July 7th, 2020. And there we go, Guardians. That's pretty much it for the biggest bits of news to drop in this week's issue of the Bungie Weekly blog, This Week at Bungie. And we've got an exciting week to look forward to, of course, with Bungie Day going live next Tuesday. Last year's Bungie Day, we got a special article drop that basically revealed the moments of triumph for 2019. I wouldn't be surprised if something similar happens this time around. And as a matter of fact, now that I think about it, that's exactly what's going to happen. If you remember back to the Season of Arrival's roadmap, the content release schedule that Bungie put out right before Season of Arrivals went live, they do state that Moments of Triumph is going to be starting on July 7th and going until September 22nd. So expect to learn a lot more right before reset on that day, and the event to get into full swing immediately after that. Now, what Moments of Triumph is going to entail this time? We're not exactly sure. There are several triumphs you'll be able to complete, some of which have already been data mined. If you've got your account linked on DIM, you can actually look some of them up. You might actually already have several of them completed. But aside from those triumphs, we're not exactly sure what is going to be asked of us this year. But either way, it looks like we're going to be real busy by the time reset rolls around next week. Can't wait to find out more. But anyways, Guardians, that's it for the news, and those are my thoughts. Be sure to leave me yours down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest stuff we're putting out. But I'm out for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.